Hello artists, let's talk about our assignment this week. You're going to be drawing an Australian animal silhouette. So I just want to show you in our presentation where you can find some reference pictures that you can look at to help you draw. So on slides 8 through the end of the presentation are these different animal silhouettes. So if you want to, you can hit present on your screen and enlarge your image and then kind of like hold your paper up to it to trace if you want to trace the image. Of course, you have to be so gentle and careful if you're tracing on your Chromebook. If you'd like to draw the image, that would be awesome as well. I think I'm going to choose this emu. So I am going to pull up my document camera and move this to the side a little bit so that I can still look at this emu picture while I draw. Okay, so if you want to trace, that's fine. But if you're drawing, that's awesome. I'm just going to kind of focus on the lines that I see. It's tricky because it's a little bit small right now. So I'm just going to try to focus on some shapes. So he kind of has this wide neck and he's got this little bump up for his little, I don't know, his back, I suppose. And it kind of comes down and around. Drawing really sketchy lines right now. I'm going to have to clean it up a little bit. So you could also kind of look at the shapes you see to try to draw your animal silhouette, right? So he has his little triangle beak. I'm just drawing really sketchy lines. Oh, he got a little bit skinnier neck here, it looks like. I'll do that. So again, you don't have to do the same animal as me, right? You could choose the Tasmanian devil or kangaroo or something else cool, but pay attention to what you see. So we're drawing from observation, or if you wanted to trace, like I said, that's fine. This guy has kind of knobby knees. And let's draw some straight lines down. I'm really paying attention to that photo on my screen there. I think I need to minimize this for a minute so I can see what his feet look like. Okay, I saw him. Now let's get those feet on here. So after you have this sketch, or if you traced, you won't have to clean it up too much, but I want this to be a silhouette. So it's got to be a nice clean line around the whole thing. I'm going to make one little change here. So instead of all these sketchy lines, we want one line to be the whole thing because we're going to trace and color in our animal. So we are coloring this in with one color. So it could be markers or crayons or whatever you have. I have this blue marker and I've chosen to use that. So I'm first going to trace this sort of outline of my animal so that I have a stopping point for where these lines are going to end. And then I'm going to carefully color in. All right, so if you're working with marker, just remember, I like to say mow the lawn when you're coloring, which means you move in one direction, then the other direction. So if you were mowing the lawn, you wouldn't start cutting the lawn over here and then drive over here, then drive over here and drive all over the yard, right? You kind of start in one side and move in a pattern so that you can carefully and neatly color in this silhouette. A silhouette is just like the shape without the details, right? We don't want to add anything else except our colored in silhouette. I'm going to pause and finish the rest, and I'll show you in just a minute when I'm done. All right, I have finished drawing my emu silhouette, and we need to make sure we save this paper for next week so that we can finish. So I'm going to put this somewhere safe for later. This week, you do not need to take a picture to submit it. Just keep this for next time, and you can turn it in next week. Okay, so don't worry about sending me a picture of your silhouette because I will see them when we finish this together next class. All right, happy creating, third grade.